Alexandros Omegas, better known as Alexander the Great, is the single greatest military general in history. By the time he was 20, he was king of Macedonia, and by 23, he had defeated the Persian king Darius and claimed the title of king of Asia. He also famously cut the Gordian knot, fulfilling an ancient prophecy. The only generals in history who might compare to him would be Julius Caesar, who conquered Gaul, Scipio Africanus, who crushed Carthage in the Second Punic War, and Napoleon, who conquered Europe. In the centuries that followed his death, many historians have tried to understand what it was about him that made him such an amazing military commander. Alexander literally never lost a single battle in his life, no matter how bad the odds against him were. According to Alexander himself, the reason for his success was that he was a demigod. He genuinely believed that he was the son of Zeus. This megalomania was fostered by his mother, Olympias, who practiced ancient magical rituals and enchantments. She told everyone who would listen that Alexander was born of a god. Alexander had a difficult relationship with his father, King Philip, and so the idea that Philip wasn't really his father, but rather that Olympias was impregnated by the gods themselves, was quite appealing to Alexander. In this video, we are going to look at 5 reasons why Alexander was an invincible commander on the battlefield. At number 1 is the Macedonian Phalanx. The Macedonian Phalanx was a military formation in which heavy armored infantry soldiers would form strong, compact lines, with the first 3 lines all pointing their sarissas forward towards the enemy. A sarissa is a very long spear, with a sharp edge, sometimes over 18 feet long. This impenetrable line of spears meant that enemy troops couldn't even reach the Greek troops to land a blow. It also made cavalry charges against Greek troops impossible, because enemy horses would run into a wall of spears and simply die. The true power of the Macedonian phalanx lies in the fact that the army operated as one unit instead of individual separated soldiers. This cohesion, combined with the depth of the formation, allowed Alexander's forces to overwhelm much larger armies by maintaining control and discipline during complex maneuvers. At number 2 is the work done by his father, Philip II. Many historians today believe that King Philip of Macedon would be a well-respected conqueror were it not for the fact that his son's accomplishments were so great that they made him look small in comparison. When Alexander invaded Persia, he used an army created by his father. Philip was a military genius ahead of his time. He understood the importance of maneuverability on the battlefield, light but effective armor, and the importance of catapults and other siege equipment. Philip also reformed the Macedonian army, creating the highly disciplined and professional force that would later be used by Alexander to conquer Asia. His innovations were vital to Alexander's success, and Alexander inherited an army that was both highly trained and battle-ready. At number 3 is Alexander's tactical genius. While the Macedonian phalanx was a powerful weapon, it was Alexander's ability to adapt his tactics on the fly that truly set him apart. He often broke conventional military strategies, making use of unpredictable battlefield maneuvers to exploit the weaknesses of his enemies. One famous example is the Battle of Gaugamela, where Alexander used a feigned retreat to lure Persian forces into a vulnerable position, only to strike at their center with a swift, decisive cavalry charge. Alexander's ability to think ahead of his opponents and adjust his tactics made him an unparalleled strategist. At number 4 is his charisma and leadership. Alexander's leadership was not just about military strategy. It was about inspiring his troops. His ability to lead by example, fight alongside his men, and demonstrate unwavering courage was crucial in maintaining morale. His troops were willing to follow him into the most dangerous battles, even when faced with overwhelming odds. At the Battle of the Hydaspes, Alexander famously led the charge across the river, personally directing his soldiers through treacherous terrain. His bond with his men was unbreakable, and they were loyal to him to the end. At number 5 is his horse Bucephalus. This legendary horse, which Alexander had ridden since his youth, became a symbol of his greatness. Bucephalus was known for his extraordinary strength and loyalty, and the bond between him and Alexander was one of the most iconic in military history. Bucephalus was not just a fast and powerful mount, he was also a tactical asset. At the Battle of Issus, Bucephalus was instrumental in allowing Alexander to break the enemy lines with speed and precision. The horse's bravery matched Alexander's own, and they were a formidable duo on the battlefield. And that's a wrap. Remember to like and subscribe, it really helps us out.